Hello everyone, welcome to my civil engineering YouTube channel. Please subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon to get notified when I post my new videos. Today I'll be discussing the definition of civil engineering and scope of major fields of civil engineering. So basically, what does civil engineering means? So civil engineering, it is the oldest branch of engineering. So it is a professional engineering discipline that deals with design, construction and maintenance of physical and naturally built environment, including public works such as roads, canals, dams, structural components of buildings and railways. So I repeat it, civil engineering, it is the oldest branch of engineering. So it is a professional engineering discipline which basically deals with designing, construction and maintenance of structures. So deals with designing, maintenance and construction and maintenance of structures. So coming on to the branches of civil engineering. So we have majorly 6 branches of civil engineering. So first and foremost thing is surveying, geotechnical engineering, transportation engineering, hydraulics and water resource engineering, structural engineering and environmental engineering. So basically we have majorly 6 branches. So first is surveying, second is geotechnical engineering, third is transportation engineering, fourth is hydraulics and water resource engineering, fifth is structural engineering and sixth is environmental engineering. So coming on to the first important branch of civil engineering, that is surveying. So surveying is the branch of civil engineering which determines the relative position of objects or relative position of points on the earth. Surveying, it is the branch of civil engineering so which deals with the determination of relative position of points on the earth. So basically we have 2 types of surveying. So first one is called as plane surveying. So in this type of surveying, we don't consider the effect of curvature of the earth. So this type of surveying is carried for the very smaller areas, and the degree of precision as in this case of surveying is very small. So first is plane surveying. So this is the type of surveying in which the effect of curvature of the earth is not taken into consideration, and here we are going to carry this type of surveying only for the smaller areas, and then the degree of accuracy is less as in case of plane surveying. So next is geodetic surveying. Geodetic surveying, it is the type of surveying wherein the effect of curvature of the earth is considered, and it is used for carrying the survey for the larger area, and the degree of precision is very high compared to that of plane surveying as in case of geodetic surveying. So geodetic surveying, it is a type of surveying wherein the effect of curvature of the earth is considered, and it is used for carrying out the survey in larger area, and here the degree of precision is high as compared to the plane surveying. So I repeat it, surveying is the branch of civil engineering which deals with the determination of relative position of the points on the earth. So there are 2 types of surveying. So basically first one is called as plane surveying, which and second is the geodetic surveying. So plane surveying, it is a type of surveying where the effect of curvature of the earth is not considered, and it is used to carry the survey in the smaller areas, and here the degree of precision is very small. So as in case of geodetic surveying, it is a type of surveying wherein the effect of curvature of the earth is considered, and it is used to carry out the survey in the larger areas, and the degree of precision is very high as in case of geodetic surveying. So next, coming on to the scope of surveying. So first and foremost thing scope here is to prepare a plan for a given area. So in order to execute any project, the first and foremost thing is we need to plan for that project. So that is done by using the knowledge of surveying. So next is to prepare the maps for the proposed region. So we can determine the the region based on its map. So how this map comes? Because of the knowledge of survey. So therefore the knowledge of survey is very important for preparation of the map for a proposed region. So next is to locate the relative points in a given stretch. So in order to locate the relative positions or relative elevations of the locations of the locations, surveying is very important. Like for example, we tell that Bangalore is such an elevation compared to the mean sea level. So this can be done. The elevation, what is the elevation of a particular area with reference to some point, it can be done by using the knowledge of surveying. So that is to locate the relative point in a given stretch. So next is to fix the boundary of a proposed region. So in order to fix the so if you own a suppose if you own 30 by 40 site, so I need to fix some boundaries. So that can be done by the help of surveying. So next is in order to prepare the topographic map for a given land surface of the earth. So in order to prepare the topographic map for a given land, given surface of the earth. So the purpose of the topographic survey is generally to find the data necessary for the construction. So in order to prepare the topographic map for the given land, the knowledge of surveying is very important. So next is to determine the profile of a given area. So that is very important. So in case of hilly regions, there will be lots of undulations. So in order to construct any roadways wherein there will be some obstructions, so in order to determine that profile, we can use the knowledge of surveying. So first and foremost thing is that to prepare the plan for the given area, to determine to prepare the maps for the proposed region, to locate the relative points of the given sketch, and to fix the boundary of the proposed region, and then to prepare the topographic map for the land surface, and lastly to determine the profile of the given area. The knowledge of surveying is very important. So these are some of the scopes of surveying. So next is geotechnical engineering. So geotechnical engineering is the branch of civil engineering, so which deals with engineering behavior of earth elements or earth materials. So geotechnical engineering, it is defined as the branch of civil engineering, so which deals with engineering behavior of earth materials. So here some of the scope of geotechnical engineering are: first and foremost thing is that in order to evaluate the soil conditions and earth materials, in order to evaluate, that is nothing but material characterization. So in order to determine the material characterization of the soil and earth materials, the knowledge of geotechnical engineering is very important. So next is in order to determine stability of the ground, including soil slope and soil deposits. So next is to determine safe bearing capacity of the soil. So safe bearing capacity of the soil is nothing but, so if at all if you are going to construct a structure on the soil, so the soil should have some resistance towards structure, so that it can withstand the amount of load of the structure without failure. So therefore, in order to determine the safe bearing capacity of the soil, the knowledge of geotechnical engineering is very important. So next is to predict the type of foundation required for the particular type of the building. So in order to determine, in order to predict, suppose if the ground conditions is very much feasible going with more stories of the building, so then the course of the foundation would be less. So if the soil type is of sandy soil, then the course of the foundation would be more. Then the course of the foundation is more. So therefore, in order to predict the type of the foundation required for the particular type of the building, the knowledge of geotechnical engineering is much important. So next is in order to potentially analyze the hazard like landslides, earthquake and other seismic activities, the geotechnical engineering has much scope. So basically, geotechnical engineering, it is a branch of civil engineering which deals with engineering, which deals with study of engineering behavior of the earth materials. So first and foremost scope is that in order to evaluate the soil conditions. Second is that in order to determine stability of the ground and slope stability, to determine safe bearing capacity of the soil, and to predict the type of the foundation required for the particular type of the building, and lastly in order to potentially analyze the hazards like landslides, earthquake and other seismic activities. So next is and also to study the techniques which are involved in improvement of the soil with less bearing capacity, how to improve the soil which is having less, how to increase the safe bearing capacity of the soil which is having lesser degree of bearing capacity. So in order to study that techniques also, the knowledge of geotechnical engineering is very important. So next is transportation engineering. So transportation engineering, it is a branch of civil engineering, so which is involved in moving the men and commodities through different communication routes such as land, water and air. So it is a branch of civil engineering which is involved in movement of men and materials or men and commodities through different communication routes such as land, water and air. So that is nothing but modes of transportation, that is land, water and air. So next, coming on to the scope of transportation engineering. So first and foremost thing is that planning, designing, construction and operation of roadway, airway, waterway and also railways. So we need for planning, designing, execution and maintenance of roadway, airway, waterway and railway. So the knowledge of transportation engineering is much important. So next thing is, in order to analyze the location of high traffic volume and to plan and execute what all the precautionary measures for the safe drive. So in order to determine the areas where there is high traffic volume and to plan to and to execute what all the precautionary measures to be considered for the safe drive, the knowledge of transportation engineering is very much important. So next is in order to use engineering principle to improve the transportation system. So lastly, so in order to estimate the transport need of public and design as per the requirement. So what all the needs for the public in a particular area and design as per their requirement is the scope of transportation engineering. So next is coming on to the hydraulics and water resource engineering. So hydraulics and water resource engineering is again the branch of civil engineering which deals with effective utilization and management of water sources both in rural as well as urban watersheds. So I repeat it. It is a branch of civil engineering which deals with effective use and management of water sources both in urban as well as rural watersheds. So here some important scopes of hydraulics and water resource engineering are, first thing is that we estimation of water resources. So for example, if I just take a particular area, what all for that given area, how much amount of water resource are present, what is its capacity. So that estimation can be done by the knowledge of water resource engineering and hydraulics. So second is that to study the problems such as floods, droughts and strategies to combat them. For a given area, so if at all, if that area is subjected to floods and droughts, so how to overcome those problems by using the knowledge of hydraulic water resource engineering is a good scope with this subject. So next is to study the process like precipitation, runoff, evapotranspiration and their interaction. So this is all about the rainwater harvesting. So this or hydrological cycle. So wherein the study for the process like precipitation, runoff, evapotranspiration and its interaction can be studied by using the water resource engineering knowledge. So next is in order to determine the quantity of area to be irrigated in a particular region. So in order to determine what is a catchment area is nothing but the area of the land is irrigated. So that area can be calculated and it can be said that what is the amount of water requirement to fully irrigate so much amount of the land. That can be done by using the knowledge of water resource engineering. So lastly, for efficient use of water by constructing dams and reservoirs in order to conserve the water, wherein there will be more amount of water in a particular region at a particular time. So in order to conserve that water throughout the year, the knowledge of water resource engineering is very important. So next is structural engineering. So structural engineering, it has a branch of civil engineering which deals with analysis and design of structures in order to resist the loads. So branch of civil engineering which deals with analysis and design of structures in order to resist the load. So basically some important scopes of structural engineering are the detailing and specification of structural elements, detailing and specification of structural elements. So second one is that design the building in order to resist all kind of loads against failure, in order to design the building in order to resist all the types of loads without any failure. So next is member and materials. So in order to have a good quality of members and a good quality of materials, the knowledge of structural engineering is very important. In order to test that materials and members, knowledge of structural engineering is very important. So next is project supervision and monitoring. So project supervision and monitoring is plays a very vital role during the execution of project, which gives to the credit for the structural engineering. So next is investigation on collapse structures. So when a structure fails, so in order to go through the root cause analysis for the collapse structure, so the knowledge of structural engineering is very important. So next is maintenance of structures. So in order to have a good durability duration for a structure, some of the important techniques would be carried out by the knowledge of structural engineering, so which gives a credit for its scope. So these are some of the scope of structural engineering. So next is environmental engineering. Environmental engineering is a branch of civil engineering concerning to protect the people from the negative environmental effects. So like pollution, global warming, greenhouse effect, etc. So branch of civil engineering concerning to protect the people from negative environmental effects is called as environmental engineering. So some of the scope of environmental engineering are, first thing is that effective design of water and wastewater treatment plant. So for effective design of water and wastewater treatment plant, the knowledge of environmental engineering is much more important. So next is in order to assess the air, water and sound quality for a given area. In order to assess the air, water and noise quality for a given area, the knowledge of environmental engineering is very important. So next is it gives an idea to effectively remove the hazardous substances from the waste which is generated. So as you know that most of the waste which are generated will not contain all the quantity as a hazardous material. So in order to assess the quality of hazardous material which is present in the waste and to remove that materials, so the knowledge of environmental engineering is very important. So next is it gives a knowledge of effective usage of alternate green materials in order to reduce the carbon footprint. So very best example for this point is that consumption of cement or manufacture of cement. For example, 1 ton manufacture of cement will produce same quantity of CO2 to the atmosphere. So in order to reduce the depleting effect on the environment due to the production of cement, so some alternative materials are used in order to reduce the carbon footprint. So lastly, it provides an idea for recycling and reuse of materials. So these are some of the scope of various branch of civil engineering in concern. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe the video. Thank you.